Have you ever gone out on a summer night and seen tiny dots of light dancing in the darkness? They look magical, like the nature's fairy lights. But what if I told you that these flashes are not magic at all? They are the result of chemical reactions. Hello everyone, welcome back to Bio Explained segment, where we explore the science behind the wonders of nature. Today, we are diving into one of the most fascinating questions in biology. How do fireflies glow? We will explore what causes their light, how they control it, and why they do it at all. First, let us understand the bigger concept, bioluminescence. Bioluminescence means the production of light or the emission of light by living organisms. It is not just the fireflies. Many marine animals like jellyfish, squids, and even some bacteria glow in the dark ocean depths. In fact, 80% of all deep sea creatures are bioluminescent. In the fireflies, the glowing reaction happens in a special part of the body called the lantern organ, located at the tip of the abdomen. Inside the lantern organ, there are tiny cells called the photocytes, where all the light-making chemistry takes place. This reaction depends on two key ingredients: Luciferin, the light-producing chemical, and Luciferase, an enzyme that helps in the reaction occurring faster. The words Luciferin and Luciferase actually comes from the Latin word Lucifer, meaning the light bringer. Like all insects, fireflies breathe through a network of tiny tubes called the trachea, which carry oxygen directly into their tissues. In the firefly's abdomen, some of these tracheal tubes lead directly into the lantern organ, supplying oxygen to the photocytes. Here, the enzyme Luciferase acts on the luciferin in the presence of oxygen, ATP, and magnesium ions, and as a result, energy is released in the form of bright yellow-green glow. The reaction also creates harmless byproducts like oxyluciferin and water. The color of the light, usually yellow, green, or pale red, depends on the pH and the structure of the luciferase. Firefly light is extremely efficient. Nearly 90% of the energy becomes visible in the form of light, compared to that to a bulb, which wastes most of the energy as heat. But here's the clever part. The firefly can control its glow. It does this by regulating how much oxygen enters the lantern organ. When oxygen flows in, the reaction begins and the firefly lights up. When the oxygen flows stops, the light goes out. This is how the fireflies create their famous blinking pattern. Now the question arises, why do fireflies glow? The main reason is communication, especially for mating. Each firefly species has its own unique flashing pattern, almost like a Morse code. Males fly around flashing with a species-specific signal, and the females respond with a pattern of their own. But light can also be warning. Some fireflies contain chemicals that make them taste bad, so predators learn to avoid glowing insects. The study of firefly light has led to incredible scientific advances. The Luciferase assay uses Luciferase gene as a reporter to measure the gene activity. The Luciferase gene is linked to a genetic sequence of interest and introduced into cells. When that sequence is active, it produces the Luciferase enzyme. Scientists then add substrate luciferin. The luciferase reacts with luciferin, producing bioluminescence. By measuring the intensity of the light, researchers can accurately determine the level of activity of the original genetic sequences. So, the humble firefly isn't just a nighttime beauty. It's helping scientists make breakthroughs in medicine and genetics. So next time you see a firefly, remember, inside the tiny body is a perfect chemical reaction evolved over millions of years that turns energy into beauty. Nature truly is the greatest scientist of all.